folks. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope your week is off to a wonderful start wherever you're at. Just watch the Bennett video. That deck is so mean. Unironically, if I had to pick a card that I think is like the most powerful thing that hasn't been figured out in this metagame, I think that's it. Seems really, really strong. Any two-star believers? Any two-star believers? Never a two-star. Never a two-star. Never a two-star. Play Bennett in a tournament. Unfortunately, I'm not playing tournaments on stream anymore. People watching content feel disconnected from tournament content because it's not, the open deck list is different than the ladder. So it's hard to justify playing an inconvenient tournament at awkward times for content that's going to be received worse than just playing regular ladder matches. It's like doing more work for a worse result. Just doesn't make any sense to do it as a content creator. We'll build this in a minute. I want to build Passimian. I want to play a couple with the Solgaleo Excalibur deck first. Do you ever plan on uploading good runs? What do you mean? Uploading good runs and what? I post deck highlights. We've been posting 2 deck highlights a week. Or 2 deck highlights a day. We'll probably scale that back to 1 a day after out of the first week, but tournaments. No, I don't do tournament runs off stream. I haven't played in tournaments in a while since rank dropped. I mean, you don't need to play in a tournament to see how the metagame looks. You could look at the tournament metagame after the fact. Gamers, I have 3 children, 11 and under, who have a slew of extracurricular activities. I try and exercise 3 days a week and do some cardio as well. I barely have time to sleep, much less try and fit in an incredibly inconvenient 7 to 12 hour tournament day. Solgaleo is real mediocre against Zard, huh? He goes down to 170. We'll go ahead and evolve this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and then we'll make them have it, as we say, yeah? Maybe they don't have their candy in their toy. Your move, Yugi boy. narrator. They, in fact, did not have it, for he was sometimes lucky. You've got to rise up. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm gonna not evolve the Solgaleo on the bench necessarily here, because if they have a Cyrus, I don't want them to potentially take a 2-point knockout. Or explicitly not Ionoing here, because they didn't have Candy Charizard last turn, so I don't want to draw them into it this turn. And they're dead. Like I said, I think this match is probably tough for us, but that's the appeal of playing a very aggressive deck like this is sometimes your opponent's going to stumble, and then you're going to run them over. Have you seen the Ultra Beast data mine? Is it a... I'd really be surprised if there's data mines in this client for the first time ever in Advance. I would assume anything you're saying that's claiming to be a data mine is probably not that. I feel like Solgaleo EX is simply the best card in the game right now. I mean, that's not what the meta report data says. I know, like, you just watched a game where I had a good game with it, and most of Twitch chat lacks object permanence, but... Solgaleo is definitely not, by the numbers, the best thing in the current metagame. There aren't any cards data mined. They just found a Boolean is Ultra Beast in the code. Oh, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be Ultra Beast at some point, right? Those are a Gen 7 thing. Alright, so we have first energy advantage, which means Cosmog can jump out of the way here, which is nice. I feel like Professor's Research is the best card in the game. Pokemon Pocket is a game that is very clearly and expressly designed for every deck to play 2 copies of Professor's Research. It's not really a power level thing, it's a core system part of the game thing, I would describe it as. Has he played Lunala yet? Yeah, you should make sure you turn on notifications for the YouTube channel you're watching. There was a Lunala highlight on Saturday morning that I liked a lot. It was a ton of fun. You should check it out. Alright, I would like 1 butthead, please. That is not the butthead I wanted for Christmas, chat. Tis not the butthead I wanted. Will Professor's Research get a crown card? Absolutely. Professor's Research cosmetic is definitely a when and not an if. This is a matchup where we really don't want to jump Solgaleo in right away. But it's looking like that's going to be what we have to do. I jump in, I hit them, I go Evolution Energy. With double Solgaleo, we might be okay here. I really would have preferred to have Excalibur soften these things up to start, but this is the draw we have, so it's what we're gonna work with here. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the Karrablast in hand to play around Sabrina once my first Solgaleo goes down. It's probably the case. Yeah, I think playing this out was wrong. Part of me wants to retreat, but it's just such a tempo black hole. I just don't think this works out for us, right? The way the breakpoints are, I think we're dead. I think without another Rocky Helmet, we put Excalibur up. And we just get some damage marked here. Oh, I just died in the Giratina. I don't think there was a way to win this. Yeah, I don't think there was a way to win this. I think we were cooked either way. You know, I'm gonna be honest. YouTube chat was kind of obnoxious after me making a mistake and I'm putting them in member-only mode. If you want to chat, you can come over to Twitch. That's definitely been YouTube chat's been markedly worse than Twitch chat. I'm gonna put them in a timeout. Apologies for being human. Alright, Karrablast start here is much better against Darkrai than the Cosmog start. I ideally want to use Excalibur to get in some chip shot points of damage, that way Solgaleo could come in and deal... That way Solgaleo could come in and clean up in a couple of one-shots, especially in tandem with Cyrus. And Karrablast having a grass typing actually means you even get to deal 30 on the first shot here, which is sweet. Once I take a single hit from a Rocky Helmet or anything else, I'm gonna go down Dark Prism in one anyway, so might as well just get my damage while getting as good. I think Excalibur's a solid card. It's got good damage templating on it. 50-50 for one is very reasonable. I think, like I said, I think it serves to supplement Solgaleo in a way that's really clean. If you're like, alright, what type of problem does Solgaleo have as a card? It's like, okay, its damage comes up short in a couple of key spots, and this lets you soften it up in advance. Alright, so we're gonna need either Lion or... We're gonna need Lion or our other baby bug on our next draw, ideally. Which gives us 2 lions, 2 research, a baby bug, and a Pokeball. So like half our deck here is a decent draw. How does Giratina beat the yellow chicken? Helmet plus Nightmare Aura. Pings plus tools. Same way Incineroar does. I mean, if I hit Candy Lion, they die on the spot. This could give them a basic, though, but giving them a Tina this late into the game isn't amazing for them. Okay, and we hit the other Carablast, and I'll put an energy here. I'm gonna go ahead and put Rocky Helmet on this. Let it take a recoil damage. I don't have another Iono, so makes us better against Mars and stuff. I'm not attacking because I don't want their Nightmare Aura to kill us. I want them to have to spend their attack killing us. Can Incineroar burn Orcore? It can, yeah. Yeah, Incineroar deck should be playing some combination of helmets and poison arrows. That way, with burn and the tool, you can knock their thing out. KSNU, I'm just going to take a viewer deck from you and the one other. I had someone submit Passimian. If you wanted to submit Venusaur, I'll take that. I'm just not going to take a whole bunch of them. Because we have a hard cut when we need to stop Pocket today to switch over to Snap before drops go live for that game. I just don't want to get flooded and then not be able to get to them. So, we Iono'd them into a bunch of basics. That being said, most of their resources are invested in this one, so if we can find Solgaleo to clean this out, we'll still be in a pretty decent spot. Yeah, new round of Snap Drop start with the Snap rollover today. So about 5 hours. Candy? Candy. Unlucky. They're way more likely to Mars me than they are to Iono me, so we'll burn that just to get it out of the way. Do you think Excalibur is better than Skarmory for Solgaleo? I do, yeah. I think having a card that can soften up your opponent's backline's a big deal. That being said, the fact that we just bricked here probably means we're cooked. Oh, are they attacking? I think if they attack here, this is really good for me. They're just gonna bet I don't have it, and they run me out in 2 turns. We have three draws at a candy next turn. If they just try and make us have it here. And this setup is good for me, because if we hit it, I think we win on the spot, because my opponent is 2 turns away from having another attacker here. We gotta hit the candy, obviously. Alright, they made us have it, and we bricked. And that's, you know, so many people lost their minds about, like, the amount of salt about rare candy and about how the game and the metagame was just gonna be first person to hit rare candy after the set released, but push comes to shove, the reason why Giratina Darkrai has been the best performing deck since Giratina was introduced is because it's just way more consistent to play only basic Pokemon, right? So that's a game where if we actually get to flex the power level of our deck, we're going to run them down there, but our deck is powerful but less consistent than what they're doing. It's basically always been true of stage 2s in this game. I'm playing one copy of the Cosmog stage 1. Thank you. I think in general you want one copy of the stage 1. They're playing Oricorio. That's wild. Their Oricorio can't attack, I would wager. It's just there to brick wall and hide behind your Darkrai with. Are any of the new Dragon type cards viable? I don't think so. I'm gonna take a redraw on these other two. I'd really like to find the Excalibur this turn. Having two of these is nice into Oricorio down the line, potentially. So, next turn, I get clear Darkrai, unless they have two heals here. Okay, they did not put an energy on the lead one, which means I can cape this if we brick on the stage 1 to be able to put this into one hit from Solgaleo range. Come on, if I hit my stage 1, we're in such a good spot. Cool. I think I just want to start distributing damage in the back. So that way, these can't come up to the front of the class without being threatened on getting cleared on the backswing. This is what this card does. Not only is it tankier than Skarmory, but being able to set up your Solgaleos into these things in the back line so it can threaten to clear them in one shot is a big deal. It also lets me mark damage on them so I can yank them up with a Cyrus. How aggressive do I want to be here? Think that aggressive? I think it's just this. If I move the Solgaleo up, they're a single heal or sustain item away from this being able to live. So I think I want to make sure that that just doesn't happen. I like water and grass with Decidueye Greninja. If you missed my highlight with that Hurricane, you can check that out on the YouTube side there. Okay, and now I think I take my knockout. Do I with this draw? I'm just so worried about getting double sustained. Like, can I lose this game if I position myself? I don't know that I can lose this game if I just play a little conservatively. They can also get up to 170 in one shot with red. Yeah, that's true. They can go Tina chip. They can go Darkrai chip shot plus Tina 130. Oh, they're on Leaf. Interesting. Yeah, I should have prioritized putting damage on Tina sooner rather than pressuring this Darkrai, I think. Like, my damage prioritization here wasn't ideal, but I also think we're in an okay spot despite it. Our last three cards are second Cyrus, Solgaleo, and one other card I'm not thinking of. Yeah, and I think we just grab the Tina here and then the game is over. This gets rid of their ability to do a big damage burst. This is just the power of this card as a complement to our Lion. It gives us the ability to play a long game. Can we beat the Ori? I have a second copy of Cyrus in my 2 cards. Oh crap, what if they Mars me here? How do I get out of that? Anybody see the line? What do I do if they Mars me? What if they red card you? Oh no! Oh, second rare candy was the other one. Yeah, that tracks. You can dance if you wanna. You can leave your friends behind. We can dance. We can dance. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do. Dancing lions. Dancing lions. Listen, if your friends don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. If only they knew, gamers. If only they knew. Oh my goodness! They had the red card the whole time! Oh, it feels so good to punish terrible deck building. It feels so good. Come here, you little turd. Come to Papa. Good night. That was just kind of textbook how this matchup goes. It should go for us. Like, you soften them up, you clear them with Cyruses. I don't even think I use my Excaliburs optimally. I think after experiencing that matchup, I'm supposed to prioritize clearing the Tina ASAP. I messed that up. But yeah. Having fun this expansion. This expansion is the most fun I've ever had in Pokemon Pocket. It's easily the best expansion this year, and genuinely the metagame shaping up. There's just so many playable things. It feels nice that I can play derpy stage 2 decks like this and like not just feel like I can never beat Darkrai Giratina, yeah? Imagine if that last Cyrus was a Mars though. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I'm actually, I wasn't going to do it, but I'm gonna be honest. What's it called? I'm gonna make a Mars video similar to the red card video, just running through the stats of how bad Mars is in common situations, because I'm really tired of like talking about how it's bad statistically, and then someone's like, but Jeff, all the other kids are jumping off the bridge. So jumping off the bridge is optimal because everybody who's playing a tournament decided that they were going to jump off the bridge. And I'm just like, but the numbers. So anyways, I need to knock that out hopefully this weekend. So that way I can just link the stats and then ban people who are like, but Jeff, I don't care about the stats, my feelings. Man, I sure do love jumping off of bridges. Yep. If everybody's doing correct, yeah, it's all, there's no, it's, yeah, it's really, but why the numbers would feel good, yep. It's just one of those things where disrupting your opponent, or more specifically, feeling like you disrupted your opponent is such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling for people. All right, we are gonna take an ad break. This was fun. We played some of this yesterday too, and I like this. This is easily my favorite Solgaleo build. I like Excalibur. I like it. All right, I'm gonna run an advert, and then I will. We're gonna build another deck. We're gonna build some Passimian when we get back. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. I think the biggest / funniest thing to me about Mars as a card is how much the community complains about Misty as a card when it's popular, when Mars is often worse than Misty in terms of being less than a coin flip to actually do something, but they like happily sleeve up and play this card. I was watching Ordinary Harry play earlier, and he got hit by 2 bars and 2 red cards and was visibly frustrated, but also still won. Yeah, that's such a perfect summary, right? Like, where you're like, okay, I'm really annoyed this entire time because it feels bad to have happen, but statistically it's not very good in terms of its impact. Ugh. I can tell there was a toddler in my office because the wheels on my bike were locked. Can you show the deck list again quickly? Absolutely not. You can look back at the stream archive. Okay, I'm gonna just, okay, so just because there's another person who just came in and told me all the kids were jumping off the bridge, I'm gonna do on stream one of the really common examples that someone in chat just said is a good reason to play Mars, and I'll just show you how freaking bad it is from a numbers perspective. So this is a hypergeometric distribution calculator. This is how you calculate the odds of cards being drawn from a deck. So the numbers in here, so we were talking about this in my Discord last night. So pay attention if you think Mars is good. Because this is gonna be a preview of like my video's gonna be put together some really clean examples. So this assumes a very common situation. Your opponent has 2 points. They have 8 cards remaining between their hand and deck. And you lose to Cyrus or Sabrina. Most decks have 2 copies of Cyrus and Sabrina between them. So you Mars your opponent, hoping to take away their Cyrus or Sabrina. And they have 8 cards left between their hand and deck. When I click calculate here, your opponent has 46.5%, almost a coin flip, to still have their Mars or Sabrina. And I also want to make clear that this 46%, almost a coin flip, assumes they already had the Sabrina or Cyrus in hand and you took it away from them, which won't always be true. Some amount of the time, they're gonna have a hand with no Cyrus and no Sabrina, and you're gonna draw them into it. So when you account for that, that's actually worse than a coin flip. And this gets worse and worse. Let's say you're even later into the game and there's 6 cards between their hand and their deck. If there's 6 cards between their hand and their deck and they have 2 outs, it's 60% that they're still gonna have one. So it's really, so like, not only, I talk a lot about the opportunity cost of Mars, where like, okay, you could be playing this other card, like your own Sabrina or Cyrus that helps you in this spot. But like, even when you're playing the Mars, a significant portion of the time, it's not gonna do anything. Here's here. So let's say you're earlier in the game. They have 10 cards between their deck and their hand. There's still 38% to have their Cyrus or Sabrina and win the game. No, this is drawing 2 cards. This is assuming they have 2 points. So they get 1 draw from your Mars and then 1 draw for their turn. Like, you know, I don't know, like, and this is why, like, when I ask people, like, we're like, well, why is it good? And they just give me all of these feelings. And it's like, this is how often the card does nothing. And again, this is given the assumption that your opponent already has it in hand, which is not a guaranteed to be true. Some amount, especially in this situation, where there's 10 cards left in deck in hand, there's a lot of times in this situation where they didn't have it to be. In fact, we can calculate that, right? So hypergeo, actually it's the same odds, right? No, what am I looking at? I would be population size 20, number of successive population 2, sample size 10. Number of successes 1. So they're okay, so this is to give extra context here, because this is what I'm gonna break down in the video situation. because I did a video like this on red card, which is common situation. So if you assume your opponent has their Cyrus or Sabrina and you lose to it in their top 10 cards, they're going to be 38% to redraw it. However, they were only 76% to have it to begin with. So there's a 24% of the time where then 40% of that 24% of the time, you made their hand better. So what? That's, it's 0.24 times 0.38. 9% of the time, you gave them the card that beats you in this situation. So there's best case scenario, it's 62% to help you. Is that correct? No, because that's given that they have it, because there's also the case, it's 0.76 times 0.62. 0.76 times 0.62. It's 47% to have actually helped you, where you're in the situation where they had the card and you took it away from them. And then 1 in 10, 9% of the time, you're actively helping them. And then 40% of the time, it's doing functionally nothing. They either didn't have it and still don't have it, or they had it and still have it. And again, this is like, whatever, this is the difference, right? Like, when people are like, oh, the card's good, the top deck, because the top decks are playing it. And I'm like, can you just, like, look at any of the numbers and understand how bad these numbers are? And then, on top of that, you also have to consider, instead of playing the Mars, you could have just had a card that helps you, right? You could have had an extra potion, or a Pokemon Center Lady, or a Cape, or a Sabrina, or a Cyrus, right? It's just, yeah. So, I want to do a full video breaking down some common situations with these numbers and nice pie charts. If you haven't seen the red card video, you're someone newer here or you missed it when it came out. There's a red card video where I walk through a bunch of the common situations where people say red card is good, and I talk through how bad the numbers are and how unlikely it is for red card to actually be good. And I'm going to have to do something similar for Mars because the numbers are just like, do not remotely support the play rate of this card, and it's all feels. It's literally just all vibes. It's all, I feel like I disrupted my opponent, and I can't possibly know if I actually helped or hurt them. So in my mind, I'm going to justify... In my mind, I'm going to justify it this way. Yes, and there's one in chat too, and that's what I get into in the red card video. Someone in chat just said, while this conversation was going on, I got Mars to 1 card, and it was my research, and that won me the game. So, the numbers I just ran that show Mars was only good in 40% of those situations, assume your opponent is drawing a supporter, and they need to play it right away. If you're trying to take away a non-supporter card, meaning your opponent can draw research and then research into the card that beats you, it's even worse! Like literally, I can't even emphasize enough that the Mars being 40% is literally a best case situation. It's I'm putting them down to 1 card, and the 1 card they have to have needs to be a supporter that turn, so they can't research into it. Like, it's so like, it does nothing such a significant amount of the time. It does nothing such a significant amount of the time. But have you considered how well trained my board? Yeah, and it's funny too. When I posted the red card video, I'm gonna say one more thing, and we're gonna move on and build next rather than rambling about stats all morning. When I posted the red card video, there were a bunch of elitist, sweaty players in the comments who were like, "But Jeff, I read my opponents perfectly, and if you're bad at playing red card and just play it, it's not good. But when you know your opponent has the card because you're good at the game, it's really good because you're only hurting them. And it's just like, oh my god. The amount you have to have your head up your own asshole to like make a comment like, and there were dozens of comments like that, tons of them, that were people who were just like, I'm brilliant, and because I'm brilliant, my red cards are good, because I always know. It's just like, good gravy. All right. What do we think? Who do we pair with this? Is it Tyranitar? Tyranitar Arceus is one angle. Lucario EX might unironically be another angle. The appeal of Lucario is that it goes EX into EX, and it gives me more utility slots. Numachamp. I think trying to follow up Passimian with a weaker non-EX is not really appealing. How much does Numachamp do? I guess you could kind of lead on him too. Nah, he only does 120. I think Tyranitar is probably better than this, Copium. Taco Collector, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I think this is less appealing than running the EX, and I don't know that running the EX is actually very good. Follow up with Aerodactyl to guarantee the Passimian start. Yeah, but Aerodactyl's not really benefiting from passing the energy along to it, right? Like, you're not following up with a big attack. Tyranitar dealing 160 is kind of appealing. I agree with that. Rhyperior. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that card does. I know it does something. I don't know what. How do you spell R-H-Y? Got it. Okay. I knew there was an H in there somewhere. It's so bad. I mean, is it that much worse than Tyranitar? I guess Rhyhorn having a 3 retreat cost is pretty freaking bad, yeah? That kills it, right? Larvae, yep. I know how to spell some of these things. This has like a retreat cost of 2, yeah? Oh, retreat cost of 1 even. Yeah. Yeah, that seems, I'm not gonna call it good, but let's say serviceable. And I agree that having Arceus as a secondary smasher to move Passimian energies onto seems fine. Oh yeah, we have candy. Candy? Who doesn't love a piece of candy? You've 100% converted me. I've defended Mars and not red card in chat recently, and I apologize for the Discord course. Appreciate you taking the time to run it. Succulent, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the direct support. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put together a formal video going over common Mars situations because, like, real the numbers just don't match the vibe at all, like we've been talking about. What do we think of, like, one Leaf, one Illima? Oh, I don't have my full art Illima favorited. What a punt. Hey, Metal Smooth. Thank you for the brand new Prime. Appreciate that. Can I play Illima with just Arceus? Nah, I think I'd rather Leaf. I think I'd rather Leaf. He's full art. I think I'm just gonna play 2 Leafs. Yeah, I think Leaf just does it better. Especially because in this, with Passimian, you really want to get Passimian into the active spot ASAP. See, I genuinely don't think you could have a debate with someone about things like red card and Mars, Scott. I think I could make a video showcasing the objective numbers from common situations, and then reasonable people are gonna be like, yeah, that's not very good a lot of the time. It's not worth playing. And unreasonable people are gonna be like, but my feels that I have soul reads, and there's no back and forth with those people. You can't logic someone out of a position they didn't logic themselves into, is like the TLDR. That applies to many things related to stats and life, right? Yeah. Shout out to US politics. Yep. Am I gonna play this one in ranked? Let's say I've got 14 points for it, and then we'll take it to the unranked queue. We're here to spew. Yeah, I could link the hypergeometric distribution calculator I like. It's on a website called StatTrek. Well, I have a fast Tyranitar. I'm just not sure that it's particularly useful. Is this the compelling case for just, like, having Garchomp here? Did I just sell myself on having Garchomp instead? Like, if this was like, I guess if this was a Garchomp, we'd still be dead to Solgaleo here, yeah? If I had this last turn, we might have actually had a shot. Yeah, Appo's just got a good aggressive start. First energy advantage with the 3-card combo. Solgaleo feels how Starmie EX used to feel. Unironically, Loopy, yeah. It doesn't surprise me that the card I found I like playing with Solgaleo is a card that's similar to Lumineon, where you get to hit the bench. Several people have suggested I play Fossils with Passimian, and I really just don't think you understand what the point of Passimian is. So the thing that Passimian does is it transfers its energy to the back line. So the purpose that it serves in a Pokemon Pocket deck is it allows you to apply pressure but then also move those energies to your finisher after they clear your pressure. Yeah, thinking of it as pseudo ramp is the way to think of it. So yes, you want to start on Passimian, and playing Fossils lets you guarantee a Passimian start. However, none of the fighting Fossils we currently have are meaningful against Passimian. You need an energy-hungry Pokemon as a finisher. Thanks. That's why I have a copy of Tyranitar in my deck for the gamers at home. Yeah, you want something with a 3 or 4 energy attack to be passing Passimian energy off onto. Yes, this is a very appropriate game of Pokemon Pocket to be experiencing after we were talking about how mediocre what's it called, is on average. So this does 50, yeah? So I need to pull this out and just put up the Larvitar, yeah? And we'll evolve. Yeah, I think this card's very playable. I don't know what exactly it goes in, but it reads as a stat line that's reasonable. Brand of the Mad, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back. how I ever win the game from here. Alright, I'll play some more with this in the random queue as a viewer submission, but that doesn't seem remotely competitive. I don't know that you could build a deck to solve. The problem that we have there is we're just completely outclassed by their high quality basics. Alright, we have a monkey. And then your active spot and knocked out from an attack from your opponent, move all fighting energy. It doesn't move its energy when it gets killed by chip shots. Why? I understand why they put that clause on some amount of the cards. Like I understood like when they put that on Revenge to give counterplay to Revenge, but like, is this card actually cracked? It's not cracked if like status conditions and stuff let it move its energy too, right? Yeah, oh boy. Splish splash, this monkey is trash, doo 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 doo. I think I'm out of Passimian copium. I think the tank is empty, gamers. Sir Miss a lot, thank you for the 45 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. It hits for 60 at least. What Pokemon Pocket game have you been playing that 60 is a good amount of damage? Yeah, that's actually true too. This type of ability is much less bad if you put it on a single knockout point Pokemon, right? Like if you could get some chip shots in on a non-EX, then give up 1 point and move its energies off to something else, that'd probably be pretty sweet, yeah? Pass the baton, Passimian. All right. Well, at least when people ask me about the monkey now, I no longer have to say I think it might be serviceable. I can say it's trash. Now, Tyranitar's gonna solo this game, I bet. We've got that going for us. We about to crush these nerds. Oh, I guess they could have second Magnezone and beat us, huh? No, they can't, right? Because that's only 220, and we got a Lily. Big damn here on the Tyranitar gamers. Big damn. Unironically, dealing 160 with Tyranitar. This card is probably worth exploring more than Passimian, if we're being honest. Giving this card sustain is like genuinely very reasonable. Okay. Alright, we're gonna move along for Monkey. It just ain't it. Alright, we have a request to play Decidueye Vespiquen. It's an interesting one. Snorlax, Staraptor. Probably get around to that one at some point. If things lined up for today already. Hey, Penninks, thank you for the 19 months. Welcome back. What about Monkey plus Yanmega? Yanmega's really awkward right now. You need something that can like soften the back line before you go into a Yanmega. 120 is not enough. 120 is power crept. Prashawn, thank you for the 16 months. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Play a couple of Ericas, a couple of rare candies, a couple of leaf capes, a couple of Pokeballs, a couple of research. I want for my last one in here. Do you look at the leaks? I mean, yeah, we pull Farfetch'd up on stream sometime. It's a pretty good duck. We play it pretty frequently. What do we want for our last utility card here? The submitter had a Sabrina. I don't know if I like Sabrina in here because you have You have Decidueye to tap their bench. Is it crazy to Spirit Tomb as a fifth basic? I feel like I want at least one way. I feel like I want at least one way to put chip shots into their backline. What is the card's name that I just said? The one that deals damage to everything? My brain has gone to mush and I can't remember it. Spirit Tomb, yep. Alright, we take a brief pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. I like the idea of this one. We're gonna pop on into some games with this. Decidueye is one of my personal favorite Pokemon of all time, so I was happy to play with some of that. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Watch it on the YouTube side. Tap the like button on the stream. I'm gonna run and fill my water bottle subs. Spear me. Oh, my legs are sore today, chat. It was a double deadlift session in my workout routine last night. We're feeling it the day after. Yeah, for reference for people who aren't familiar, people are acting surprised that there's references to cards being specifically Ultra Beast. That exists in paper too, so. Again, I would expect all paper mechanics be a when they come to pocket, not an if they come to pocket. There'll be a timeline on them, but eventually we'll get all of them. Ninja Squirtles, what a great username. Thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. I unfortunately would be kind of surprised if Mimikyu was good with its current release. Which is unfortunate because its supporter card is sweet. How much weight do you deadlift? My 1 rep maximum is 265. Bird to start is not ideal. I have candy though. Play out your gear proactively, gamers. A lot of red cards and bars running around. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my current lifting maxes. I bench about 170 on a 1-rep max, and I squat and deadlift 265. I've only been consistently at it since November of last year, so it's good progress from where I started. Like anything in life, it's all about consistency. Now I kind of wish I would have kept the Leaf Cape in hand. Get a redraw with it. So I think we actually skill dive the Zubat here because I'm gonna have to take 2 shots on the Arceus with the Decidueye anyways, and putting the 10 on the Zubat gives me the flexibility to clear it with a 100 shot from Decidueye next turn. No, I don't take any supplements. Let's try and eat a relatively balanced diet. I think we're in trouble, gamers. Oh. I don't know that game's a good representation of anything. They had their rare candy and we didn't. In addition to all their other bits coming together. This is a lead Rowlet game, yeah? Just like dive into Pierce the Pain. Decidueye going second with Candy actually beats their Charizard if they have Candy Stokesard, yeah? Because they'll go Stoke, I'll 100 them, they'll 170 me, I'll 100 them again. Obviously, a Lily makes or breaks there, but... Oh, I should have held the Spirit Tube to play around the Iono. Rip. Alright, I think we're dead then. Wait, they're rare candying into old Charizard? Well, now I'm very confused. Yeah, if they have Leaf, it seems fine. I don't know how we win from here, gamers. Feels like we're cooked. I guess they could brick out Inferno Dance a bunch. Without Decidueye this turn to run down the Charizard on the bench, it feels like we're done. All right, that's the out. That's the out, gamers. Not even a guarantee, though. All right, so I have some flexibility here, I suppose. The Ericas and the Capes aren't going to be very useful later. So I think I just Erica plus Cape on the active to force them to Crimson Storm this turn, yeah? And then if they don't have a heal, a top deck Decidueye is still lethal here with the rare candy in hand. Okay, they have the heal, which means I need to draw my other Vespiquen. We need Vespiquen followed by Decidueye here. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lizard on a chair, take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Do-do. I mean, this play forcing me into the Spirit Tomb means they don't die to Decidueye this turn, but it also means they really don't have lines if I find it, right? Because like I get to put the Decidueye out now, and I'm gonna spend an energy to smack this with Vespiquen. And now even if they have second Lily, they're still cooked to Decidueye's Pierce the Pain. Jeff, how do I also learn to tell the future? Asking the real questions. I feel like after watching that game, I'm not very... I guess the Spirit Tube took a hit, which was useful. We needed it to take a hit there. Not sure how I feel about it. We'll see if it ends up being useful spreading damage or not. Oh man, Rowlet start with them having first energy advantage is very yikes. I think Rowlet's taking one for the team here. I think we're putting Vespiquen in next. Alright, that means no Candy Leo this turn, which is nice. $70 versus $80 is a little unfortunate. Do I need to keep this turn? I don't think so. I should probably play the Spirit Tube out. Plays around Sabrina, Leoki, and dude. Do I want to give up this Vespiquen point? I think so. I think I'm fine with that. We just move the next one in. Leaves us dead to Leo jumping in at any point, but I don't know. We're going to be able to play around that. Yeah. I'm glad we get Rayquaza EX for 50 wins. It's be 31 packs to get a promo one. Oof. Unlucky. I played a little bit of Clodsire with Poison Dart and was kind of whelmed by it. I have not tried Scoliopede. Could maybe be better. Lone Weasel, I think I missed your sub a little bit ago. Apologies for that. Thanks for the quarter of a year. Yeah, the drops for Snap run exactly the first week of the season, B-Night. From rollover today till rollover next Tuesday. Gotta evolve this, that way we don't get knocked out by Revenge plus a Lucario here. We play the Spiritomb and the Combi out here as well. Just get the bench full. Vespiquen's breakpoints have felt not amazing in our game so far. Skarmory into Marshadow, not super appealing. Oh, double Lucario is a tough one. Needing 2 energy to attack has also meant that it's I don't even think I attack here, right? I guess I could Pierce and then I could Spirit Tomb. And then Spirit Tomb will mark damage on all of these. I mean, I don't think playing a copy of Giovanni in my deck really solves the core problem here. The energy deficit hasn't felt good. We've gone first a couple of times too, though. I guess that hasn't helped. This is kind of that energy problem I'm talking about, right? Where like, okay, I clear this, but now this Lucario is going to come up and it's going to clear my Spirit Tube, and then I don't have any other attackers ready to go, right? Is there any way you could fix the going first issue? Yeah, it's probably play like Lurantis instead of Vespiquen is what other folks have been playing. Yeah, I think that's the TLDR, is Vespiquen feels like too much investment. I don't think Sandslash is playable, unfortunately, which is a shame. It's one of my favorite Pokemon in the IP. Or Sandshrew, although in Sandshrew is. Yeah, Lurantis is like a Spirit Tube style of effect that both works with Leaf Cape. That works with Leaf Cape and threatens a little bit more damage. 20 per turn actually knocks things out, whereas 10 just chip shots the board. Yeah, I think I'm over Vespiquen. Did I build Lurantis Decidueye? I did. Let's try that for a little bit. What about Excalibur plus Decidueye? That's probably just worse than playing Lurantis, yeah? So your Decidueye can have the flexibility to attack. Could Serena be a good pairing with the Decidueye? Maybe. If I'm being honest, I played some Serena off screen and I hit 2 coins in like 12 and I'm off it for probably the rest of the month. Decidueye explicitly does not, or Serena explicitly does not help Decidueye enable its skill shot. Something worth pointing out. think we pick on the kitten here. I will say I think part of Decidueye's problem right now is anecdotally these rare candy fire decks have been the most common thing I've played against on the ladder. We just start sending damage across the board, yeah. Alright, Leaf Cape means this Decidueye, if we find it, can live through a Charizard hit. Okay. We have sequences to win this game. This takes our first point off of Litten, and then Decidueye can clear this in 2 before it clears us in 2. Dead to Sabrina, and dead to not drawing the Decidueye. Lily also gives us a fit here. Them using Lily proactively is very good for us, though, because I could just pierce the pain in the back one now. So if we find Decidueye here, they need another bit of healing. Actually, just Lily wouldn't be enough because we'll do 100 twice. So 3 out of 7 here. Ooh, I forgot I had a communication too. So this is 66%. There's a baby mantis in my deck right now. Okay. Kind of a sweet game if we pull this out here, and we are certainly favored from this spot, right? They need a Lily plus a Cape here. Yeah, red's not enough. Yeah, I think they're cooked. This is an impressive game for our birds. The Lurantis plus the Rowlet being able to clear the Litten for the first point, and then pierce the pain cleaning up here is great. Yeah, that was impressive showing for our pile of cards. Yeah, 20 to everything is a real amount of damage. It's like twice as much as Spiritomb. going second. Got a couple of draws to find our big mantis. Your opponent's active Pokemon has an ability. This does 40 more damage. I guess that's kind of cute against what's his name? Darkrai. There it is. Can I get a baby bird now? Unlucky. It clears Oricorio in one. Oh! It does clear Oricorio in one for the Solgaleo deck. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's totally why they're playing it. And I put the cape on the Decidueye proactively to play around Mars and Red card a little bit, but not going to play the second one out. Hey, Pee-wee, thanks for the third of a year. Welcome back. And I mean, if they don't have an evolution for this, they're in trouble next turn, yeah? Nice, yeah. Okay, so we go here. We go here. I'm gonna Leaf Cape the Lurantis this turn now, because if they retreat to the Skarmory and put an equipment on it, they knock it out otherwise. And I'd really like to, ideally get another Petal Blizzard in here to clear this Cosmog out. This card also retreating for one feels real good. Just like reasonable damage spread. Wait, they didn't put an energy on Solgaleo? That's such a huge mistake. Alright, we take those. Solgaleo's in pain, chat! Murder it, Decidueye. Murder. Are we sure Decidueye isn't a crow? Because this kind of looks like a murder. Yes, Lurantis spreading its points out looked really slick here. Whoo, m'lady, m'lady. That was the breaking point. They were in the game up until I played that Erica. Hit it to win it. Alright, well we're gonna play some more of this, because Decidueye is one of my favorite Pokemon and Lurantis seems sweet with it. I'm gonna put the deck list up on the screen for people who are asking about the details. If you're new here, I always take a brief break from gameplay while adverts roll, because I think it's really rude when those go over the top of it. So we'll see you in 120 seconds, Switchers. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on the YouTube side, consider tap the like button on the live stream. It's a free, easy way for you to help my content grow if you enjoy me here during the week. We'll pull YouTube out of timeout. They were being surly this morning, and we put them in members only mode. We'll put it back to subscribers only over there. Behave. Is there a best around with Beedrill EX and Rare Candy? Yeah, we played some Serena Beedrill. Got a highlight up on the other channel. Felt pretty reasonable. Yeah, new snap season this afternoon should be sweet. We'll have, if you're a Marvel snapper, there's the new round of Twitch drop starting this afternoon for the first week of the snap season. And I think both of the new snap card releases look solid. We paddling, we paddling. I think I'm leaning towards a matching rainbow Decidueye being one of my two stars for this set. My plan for this expansion is open booster packs until I have 2,500 points, then buy two stars and be done with it. Speaking of booster packs, sorry for the punk fake, that was mine. Are there any good decks with Raichu EX? I have a Raichu Oricorio deck that I think is very reasonable. That'll actually be the highlight this afternoon on my YouTube channel. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. It'll go up after we switch to Snap today. Any thoughts on Lily versus second Erica? I don't know. I have a split. I could see playing 2 of one and 1 of the other. Do you like this better than paired with Masquerada? I don't love Masquerada right now, if I'm being honest. Lurantis seems pretty good. Yeah, after seeing how good Lurantis was that first game, I think I'm sold on 2 Ericas. Keeping it around seems real strong. I'd buy that. It's only a 10-point difference on Decidueye, yeah. I'm actually pedaling on something right now. I am. Where is it? I have a nice picture. But you see me bobbing up and down, I'm not just vibing to the music. I sit on this for most of the morning in between breakfast and lunch to get some cardio in while I work. Overweight white man and adorable toddler sold separately. That being said, I've seen my channel demographics. I know many of you at home can provide your own overweight white man for the chair. Overweight Latino man, definitely an appropriate substitute. Movement is great, chat. All of those people that told you the key to feeling better in life is exercising and moving more, all of those turds were right. Brings me great sadness to inform you that they weren't in fact lying to you. They're Pokeball mists. They have more Darkrai's and Tinas in their hand then. I didn't know YouTube demographics provide weight ranges. They don't provide weight ranges, but they provide geolocations, and many of you are American. And statistically, if many of you are American, Alright, I think we dive bomb the Tina. And then we rare candy into the Decidueye and start piercing the paint on it. They have a potion or a Pokemon Center lady here. It's very good for them. But if they don't, we're going to run them down, I think. Alright, so Candy, Rainbow Decidueye, the superior Decidueye. Why target the Giratina when the Darkrai comes online a turn earlier? Because the Darkrai hits way less hard, right? The amount of damage the Darkrai does is significantly less. Okay, and then this actually guarantees I get a baby bug here, because the baby bug is the last Pokemon in my deck. They're also going to have a copy of Leaf here to get the Darkrai in next turn. Yeah, and the Darkrai is weak to grass, so we'll do 100 followed by 120 with the Decidueye on it, which is nice. Oh, you know what? Was I not supposed to play this with the full Decidueye line in hand? Maybe? Oh, they have the Leaf. I think we're fine though, right? I go evolve, attach energy. We Razor Leaf this for 100 and Erica so we don't die to the Nightmare or a Rocky Helmet. And then the second Decidueye clears this, and they have to take a turn off in order for this to be able to attack. So I think we're relatively good to go here. They don't have Psychic Energy, right? They're only on Dark, so they have to pass for a turn in order to attack with this Tina. So if they attack with the Darkrai to clear this, this can't attack the following turn. Well, I mean, that means you don't die to the Lurantis next turn. And they're in the tank here, but I think they're just cooked. Just can't attack next turn, and Pierce the Pain is threatening 100 on this Giratina. Like, yeah, bring your Drudogod to the active, bud. Good luck, Godspeed. Yes, Lurantis dealing 40 to Darkrai is real slick. Weakness be busted, yo. I'm a personal trainer, and it warms my soul when Jeff talks about wellness, and it's important. Yeah, I'm speaking from lived experience. It's easy to hear other people say you should walk more or move more or whatever, but you really will feel better if you're someone that doesn't. It's such an easy thing too, you know. We're all Pokemon Pocket players. You can easily go walk while you play Pokemon Pocket for an hour in a day. Take your cell phone with you. You know, keep one eye in front of you and one eye on the screen so you don't walk into other people, but doing it at the same time as you do your video game is great. And just like that, I walked into traffic. Don't do that. Don't do that one, gamers. Afternoon Fox. This thing does 30. Can we get a candy? We can. All right, so we skill dive the back Gibble here. So that way we have flexibility to attack with Decidueye next turn into whichever Gibble they put energy on. Most of these are on Fighting Chomp and Fighting Gibble, or Fighting Gabite. So Fighting Gabite takes 100 from Decidueye's 80. So unless they have Dragon Gabite, we're gonna get to clear whichever one of these they put energy on this turn. Alright, if they have Candy Rampardos, we still have a game. Would really like to draw another basic. Yeah, that move up here doesn't bode well for our hero. If we top deck a baby next turn, we could have a shot still. So I could clear this, they take 50, I put the next one up, I hit them with weakness, and then the recoil ties the game. Unlucky. Edge. Seth Sky, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a ton of people you could support with that on Twitch every month. Appreciate you sending it my way and helping keep me around. Those bits of direct support from you and folks like Sephiroth coming in hot for the 24th month are a big part of why it's able to be my job. Alright, so Grass Energy here, likely the Carnivine Arceus build. That also means we don't have to worry about Crobat attacking. That being said, an absolute nuts draw here is Arceus Carnivine Candy Crobat, which would let them hit us for 80 next turn and clean us out. Oh, I have the cape, I guess, though. This card's kinda silly against a full bench, huh? I like this Lurantis Decidueye build. I like Greninja Decidueye as well. Have both put up a handful of results. Yeah, what energy deal 80 is like above rate for sure. Oh man. They have it all. And they have it now. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. But it has unfortunately assembled their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 card combo on turn 2. So our bad draws probably smoked. This technically buys me a turn, yeah? Is the opponent start the strongest opening outside of Misty in the game? Yeah, probably, unironically. I guess they could, like, technically have 2 Crobats to make it stronger, but very, very Misty adjacent for sure. So, you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, our draw is pretty good here. I think I put Rowlet up and hope for no second Crobat rare candy. Otherwise, I can't clear the Arceus next turn. That Arceus looks like it's in pain, chat. What a crazy game. Holy. Lurantis, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Holy. Average Lurantis carry. Easy game. Very, very slick. All right, I'm sold. That felt really, really good. Grass Cape, that game. Like, I know we're talking about Lurantis, but the Grass Cape being 10 better than Giant Cape also mattered that game, right? Like, if the Grass Cape isn't Giant Cape, is Giant Cape we die? Like, because Grass Cape was 30 with the Erica, let us live. Yeah, if Erica was Lily, we also die. It's a good call. I think the people complaining about Lightning or Choreo are big silly. I think they're just people that are looking for something to complain about. I think I would rather Erica than Leaf Cape here. Because one, I'm not playing another supporter this turn. And two, Leaf Cape lets Decidueye EX live 150 shot from Charizard, so it's important to hold it for that situation. Understanding the breakpoints here is important, and I want to Erica this turn or heal in some way, because if they evolve into Charmeleon, they're going to hit us for 60, and I want to live through that. So, I want to heal because of Charmeleon, and because of Charizard's breakpoint into Decidueye, I want to use the Erica and not the Cape. Yeah, if we find Baby Bird, I think we're actually in a good spot. But we need to hit it next turn. We have 2 Baby Birds, 2 Pokeballs, and a Research and 11 cards. So, well, that's 5 out of 6. 5 out of 11. They have a piece of candy. No candy is good for me. It's unfortunate. I think I just use this to keep ourselves alive, yeah. Don't have a Decidueye in sight, just want to keep my Lurantis around as long as possible. If they don't have any sustain and they heat tackle, they lose their whole board to Petal Blizzard next turn, so. The downside to the breakpoint on the Leaf Cape this turn is if they have Incineroar, we die to it still because of weakness and burn. The nice part about drawing the second Decidueye as a brick is that our, what's it called? Our Pokemon communication can now be a baby owl as well. That's scary if they have the supporter for it. But they research this turn, yeah. Turtonator has been picking up, by the way. If you missed our new decks roundup, there were a couple of Turtonator fire decks because this cleans out the chicken very cleanly. So this is a meta staple. The Turtonator. The retreat here is weird because you're getting Petal Blizzard, so I understand not attacking because you don't want it to die, but like, why would you retreat? The opponent's Pokemon is kind of like a basic Ninetales. Kind of. It's like a Ninetales that's slower if you don't have the other card, right? I think Talonflame can be viable. 120 HP, stage 2, deal 90 for 2. Yeah, I think the stats on that card are reasonable. It's what I want to play with at some point. They were playing around Giovanni. Yeah, I guess. I'm just, like, never playing Geo in this deck, right? Alright, and this Pokeball with these cards in hand mean that we're done here unless they have Mars or Red card. Even if they have Mars or Red card, we're still in a pretty decent spot. Actually, am I supposed to decline taking the second knockout? Nah, I don't want to get Rare Candied. Nah, I'm gonna take the knockout all day. The supporter for Turtonator, for those that haven't been keeping up, adds 2 fire energy to it, but it ends your turn. So on the first turn, you could play this in the supporter, and then you could attack for 90 on the second turn. Yeah, it's very reasonable. Alright, and then Candy Big Bird here means we're done. Yeah, I agree with the folks that are saying Turtonator is very comparable to Ninetales, only it's a basic. What if we brick, but they brick harder? Yeah, for sure. We had stage 1s. It's not too bad. Petal Blizzard doing some work there around the board. Yeah, it's true. It has more HP. It can attack the second turn when going first. Hey, Thing, thank you for the 16 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm just going to play around a random Giovanni and put the cape on here. It's also better against Mars and red cards, which have been abundant lately. Fomantis getting to do its best far-fetched impersonation here is pretty good. Oh, I need my big bug. Need my big bug. If I professors and I brick out a basic, I lose the game on the spot. Or the bug, so I have 2 big bugs, 3 basics, 2 Pokeballs, plus a communication, so like 8 out of 13. And if I hit Baby Bird plus Candy, I like win the game on the spot next turn. Nice, cool. I get to have my cake and eat it too now. Baby Bird. It's unfortunate. Very close to being very good for us. At least we didn't brick. Oh. Them building up the back one means my Erica buys me a turn. That's really good for me, yeah? And we found the baby owl? Okay. Yeah, I'm very convinced after these games too, Erica is better than splitting with Wooly. Do we beat 2 chomps, maybe? Yes, definitely. I take the knockout on the lead one here, right? You want to attack with Lurantis one more time? I don't think so. I think there's arguments for a bunch of different things here, but... I think I'm gonna pierce this one. It's close, though. Because this clears the back chomp through a copy of Lily. And now, for my next trick... Any reason to put a Leaf Cape on anyone? Yeah, probably. Yeah, we just want to play around them having Rare Candy Rampardos. This makes them have Rare Candy Rampardos Cyrus in 3 cards. Really neat game. This deck's tickling my brain in all the right ways. Feeling very validated opening Lunala packs to get 2 Decidueye on my first day, because it's my favorite Pokemon. This is better than the Greninja variant. I don't know. It's different. I think it's more aggressive. It's assuredly more consistent. It's probably got less power at the top end. Because, like, the Greninja build gets to, like, put 120 anywhere on the board each turn, which is really powerful. But it also requires 2 stage 2s to do it. Getting to play Grass Cape is a big pickup. It's such a powerful card. Most fun meta so far. So far, this metagame has been up there with others I've enjoyed for sure. Erica's nice, because it means I don't just die to Charmeleon. This deck has felt way more competitive in the Charizard matchup than I was expecting. Favorite meta so far. I think Mythical Island holds the title of my favorite metagame so far. Ferris Knox, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. It really felt like they were super dialed in for Mythical Island. Rowlett is lovely. We're going to go ahead and Erica here so we don't lose this to a copy of Charmeleon. And then this is like 1 in 3 to be a Decidueye for us for next turn. It's refreshing that this metagame feels really solid and fun to build and play right now, because I think the Shining Revelry was the worst metagame Pocket has had to date, in my opinion. So I'm glad we're pushing past this. Pushing past that. They have both Charizards. Gross. Not sure we're going to be able to overcome that one. I'm probably supposed to wait a turn to do this, right? We hit the Decidueye, but I'm more likely to hit the Decidueye if I wait to draw. I need Grass Cape next turn to have a shot. We had to hit the Decidueye with step 1, and then I need Grass Cape to not die to Steam Artillery. I don't beat the second Charizard though, right? Is the problem? Like, what's the back? Like, let's assume I hit here, right? I go hit you, I hit the cape, I hit you, they hit me, I hit them, they put this up, they stoke it, I hit it once, and then I die. So like, even if this is Grass Cape here, I'm still dead in 4, basically. That's how you got to think about games like Pokemon Pocket, right? It's like, okay, what I mate in 4. We also lose to Lily. See, thoughts like that actually aren't useful to point out, because you should only be thinking about cards that beat you extra if you can beat what's on the board. And too often, people get way too caught up in trying to think about what cards can't I beat, and like, you gotta figure out, are you alive on board? And then the next step after that is, can you beat certain cards out of them? And a lot of the time the answer is, okay, I'm alive on board, but I can't beat certain cards. You just play like they don't have them, and then you lose if they do. Pocket is very chess adjacent. That you need to think multiple turns ahead. Another fire matchup. $50 for what is so many damages. I have my candy though, so maybe they won't have their candy and we'll get them. I need to just play around their disruptive card here, but this gives them the heads up that I have it, meaning if they don't knock this out next turn, I can't clear them. I think we're supposed to do it to avoid Iota, which they're almost assuredly playing, and then Mars and other stuff as well, but this means I don't get a potentially free win. Or they could just do that. Cool. We take those. Do they just like have candy plus Charizard plus a bunch of heals? I guess I need a Grass Cape here still, right? Or we die to Charizard? I do need a Grass Cape. That's fair. This line beats me on board, even without a heal. This gives me one more turn to draw the cape. Two capes and one research and 9 cards, so. So we need cape to have a shot, and then we still die to Sabrina and Lily. GG. Guzma, yeah. That's fine. I think we were 2-2 with this deck against Charizard overall. Which is better than expected, I think. This deck had some really good games. Lurantis really impressed me throughout that set. During the reveals, I was like, oh, that could be a Decidueye enabler. And after playing with it in the games, I think my opinion is like, man, that's like the Decidueye enabler. This deck felt really clean. I don't think I'd change anything. It's like 2 capes, 2 Ericas, 2 candies. Then you've got the Dartrix split with Pokemon communication. Add a little bit of consistency with your candies to find your extra evolutions. Yeah, like if the matchup that felt maybe close still, little play draw dependent. Seems solid. All right, we can take a pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. I'll leave the deck up on the screen while that happens. I'm gonna run upstairs and grab my lunch because it's 11:30 here in the cornfields. We are going to build some Venusaur Leafeon when we get back as our next thing we're gonna take a look at today. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to tap the like button. Appreciate the almost 400 gamers that have done that today already. BRB. Leaf Cape is crazy with Venusaur. Yeah, I could see that. I'm torn on if I want to do Leafeon or Superior, because Superior clearing... Superior also working with Rare Candy and being in a really aggressive start sounds kind of appealing. Container of vegetables is suction shut chip. What's for lunch today? Some jalapeno, honey, hummus, and a range of vegetables to put on it. Maybe we'll try Superior first. What's the Superior line called? I don't actually know the answer to this question. Snivy. I really wish when you searched up a stage 2, it would like had it easier, which is like one of the many things this application desperately lacks, is the ability to find related cards very quickly. Like I should be able to click on the card and then like have access to all of the things that are related to it right away easily. It's really lame that it doesn't. That's a pretty clean 20, yeah? If you click the card and scroll down, you could add them to your deck from there. You can't look at them. You could look at them, but you can't add them to your deck from there, right? To people telling me another Snivy exists, I think I'd rather have the Snivy with more HP. Which evolution would you like to see be an EX next? There are two answers to that question. Umbreon and wrong answers. average stage 2 deck building here, really. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Jeff is getting his master's in architecture with all these bricks. That's a good one. Had a bad draw and someone suggests I add Iono to my deck. Everybody playing Oglandia Bingo, check that one off your board. Gosh, look at this aggro Bulbasaur, gamers. Crack that whip. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Beep beep beep. Oh, I should have played around Sabrina. Mistakes were made. Hey, Submar, thank you for the half a year. Welcome back. Our aggro Bulbasaur been very good today. But it was not, they clicked through their attack, I think is what that was. I don't think the Bulbasaur was killing them, they accidentally ended their turn. People keep commenting on the fact that I shaved my head. And it really hammers home the fact just how little the YouTube algorithm shows my content to people who watch it regularly, just because, like, most of my thumbnails for the last month have had various pictures of me that I took while my head was shaved last time. It's such a platform. I have a really straightforward optimal reason for why I shave my head and trim my beard short when I do it. It's because the shorter it goes, the longer it is before I have to do it again. Aerodynamics, less maintenance. This thing is hidden, yeah? That's how this works. Can't deal damage anyways, might as well put the energy there. All right, so we got some options here. I think I keep this and crack this for 70, yeah? Oh, I don't have a cape. Is that still the line? I think it's still the line. I'm not excited about it, though. The cape was in my previous hand. It's close. Plant Daddy's feeling kind of clunky. And it would be slightly better this game if we, like, had a Leafeon instead. But then, like, if we had Leafeon instead of Superior, we just never beat the Arcorio, right? What's the deck you've had the most fun with this expansion? I'm pretty sure it makes me a bad person to say this out loud, but I posted a Banette highlight this morning on the YouTube channel, and that deck is like some next level obnoxious. Thoughts on Lilligant to ramp Vino instead? Lilligant's not a ramp card. In order for Lilligant to be an accelerant, you have to attack with it 3 times, which is basically never doing. I need one more Tapu for the Bennett deck. I think you can play that deck with 1 Tapu just fine. Play an extra Farfetch or something. Why Farfetch over like a communication that deck? You want more basics so you don't lead on Mewtwo very often. Oh my gosh, is this it? Is this a deck I could finally play my 2 shiny Venusaur in? I mean, what would be the best comparison? I think I would say if you're happy with the performance of your 401k so far this year, you'll be happy with the performance of Venusaur in this deck. My gut feeling here after playing a few games is Venusaur still ain't it, probably. I've been beating the market, that's all I asked. Yeah, I moved all my stuff into more conservative things after November last year with how he campaigned, so I'm only down single-digit percentages, so it could be significantly worse for me personally, I suppose. Superior has looked better than Venusaur this deck. Yeah, unironically, Rare Candy into Superior seems pretty reasonable. It deals 70 for 2 and then potentially accelerates something else. My 5-year plan is don't look at my 401k. I mean, if you're not planning to retire in 5 years, that's an excellent plan to have. Smart, smart. Then my question would become, what would be the best thing to accelerate alongside Superior? It's probably just Celebi, which isn't very exciting. Technically not done on board. Did do a red though. If we lose to Gengar, we pack it. All right, I'm gonna say that Venusaur clears the deeply low bar of probably being better than Gengar still. Retirement, what's that? It's that thing that's gonna happen when you're like 80 years old, when you'll finally get to play all of those Steam games you bought on sales and then never even bothered to install. Please don't call me out like that. That's gonna be the millennial version of retirement. You know how boomers golf? Millennials are gonna like finally play through their Steam library. You'll be thankful for the story mode difficulty setting by then. Dungeons and Dragons will be the new bingo. Bingo or bridge, yeah. Clip away, Grikachu. I think I rare candy the Superior so I can start whipping the chat out. That's close though. Beep beep beep. Is there a guaranteed Steam will be a functioning platform when I retire? I assume if Steam doesn't exist when I retire, we're gonna be in a full Mad Max situation and none of it will matter. We'll take our Nintendo Switches on the Fury Road with us. Bulbasaur hitting for 48, unmatched, obviously. Yeah, I mean, well, this is definitely a superior game, huh? Imagine a room full of 80-year-old millennials calling out, asking what people are doing. The sound of 70 D20s rolling, followed by old voices yelling, "Does a 14 hit?" There's a future you can believe in. My wife and I watched through, there's a series called Upload on, I think it's Prime Video, where it's like set in the not too distant future, where like the millennials are like in like the 50 to 70-ish range. I enjoyed that one. The overarching story is dangerously close to reality in some parts, but good. It's good writing overall. We both enjoyed it. Yeah, I'd recommend. It's quality sci-fi stuff. Is that sci-fi? Yeah, I think that's considered sci-fi. Guzma. I think we're cooked to the Guzma gamers. Dead to Lily not being Erica, huh? I guess I can take one draw to superior here to have a shot. Upload on Prime Video. Sci-fi or postmodern? Yeah, probably. Something like that. Second one also dead because I can't lily it. Alright, I think I'm done with Venusaur gamers. I think we're gonna go back to playing not stock meta decks for people who know us here, but we're gonna go play maybe something that's competitive that we can play in ranked, I think. We're gonna take Danny Plant Dino and throw it back in the trash can where he belongs. That being said, I do appreciate Pocket being true in spirit to the original games, making Venusaur the objectively worst of the Kanto starters. Definitely a well-deserved trash canning. Now, I have two different Blastoise decks I put together last night. Best Kanto starter, obviously. One of them is this, which has some appeal. So there's this 140, deals 60 for 2, that heals water Pokemon every turn for 30. And then this other one's probably less good. There hasn't been a ton of Oricorio on the ladder, though. I think there could be merit to just being like super duper all in. Seems fine. Okay, I think I want to try the double starter pile. You've been pairing it with Greninja. I don't know if I love that. Yeah, there's shiny Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise in the latest expansion, which is fun. All right, we're gonna take a pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. When we get back, we are going to play some Blastoise, methinks. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Double wet. Yep. For the Marvel Snap enjoyers hanging out, new season for that game starts in about 2 hours, along with the new round of Twitch drops for that. So we'll play in Pocket for a little while longer, and we'll kick over to there, methinks. Hopefully we'll have a decent viewer count for that. We'll have a good long stream today. Out between meetings, hope the games are going well. Yeah, we've had some good ones. Venusaur was trash, but we had a sweet Decidueye deck. I played some Solgaleo earlier, that was fun. Surge seems sweet. I agree, I'm looking forward to Surge. Surge is my jam. Yes, Surge is big Jeff energy for sure. You plan on going back to Pocket tournaments? No, the Pocket tournaments just aren't very popular. A lot of work to both play in and put on compared to just doing ladder games. Most people don't care about them. Doing more work for worse content isn't really super appealing. Why Cape versus Sabrina? I like Cape in tandem with the other stage 2 healing you, so you have more HP to heal up to. There's a season pass card, Esme, and then Coco Esme, or whatever her name is, and then Surge as well. Great, Squirtle lead. In theory, this card's pretty alright against Darkrai. Lets us heal off their chip shots and then some. I think Lily is better than Irida here, since we have Prima to heal everything. I want the bigger burst to heal the Blastoise in the lead most times, I think. Very good start here for the opponent, best possible. Did you ever try chasing a ranked Master Ball spot? Absolutely not. Sounds awful. I really want to emphasize that chasing a ranked Master Ball slot involves playing more Pokemon Pocket than the 20-ish hours a week that I'm playing it on stream. Like, really, I really can't emphasize enough how much doing that is purely a function of how much you are playing the game. You can't be terrible, but you need to both be above average and play an incredible amount. Like, the people who are at the top are playing hundreds of hours. Oh, I should play my Keep Out against the Mars deck. So many Mars lately. Mistake on my part for sure here. Yeah, playing a range of fun decks means I'm still gonna get to Masters every season, but it also means that, like, if I wanted to grind through the top, I would have to play even more playing the types of decks that I enjoy playing, so do not expect to do that. I'll switch these around. We'll play this out just in case they murder this. I saw a comment from someone about the number of games they played during the ranked season to hit high Masters, and it was more games than I've played since Pokemon Pocket launched. Yup. It's really just an incredible amount. We needed a Misty to have a chance to be competitive here. Without it, we are cooked. I'm curious to see how the second weekend of tournament results go. Darkrai Giratina has definitely moved back to being the most popular deck on the ladder by a wide margin. I guess that's not wholly fair. My anecdotes are the Charizard Stage 2 deck is pretty popular too. Would it be better if they moved to an ELO-based system? Nope. ELO-based systems discourage people from actually playing the game and are also bad. I think the absolute best thing they could do to encourage people like me to play more Pokemon Pocket is give us a rank floor at Masters, because as is, I just stop playing rank when I get to Masters. But I would keep playing rank, and sometimes would incidentally move up from continuing to play if I didn't lose my cosmetic emblem from a bad streak after I hit there. But there's so little incentive to continue engaging with the system once you get up there. Yeah, the same for more casual people who are smart and stop at Ultra Ball. Like, stopping at Ultra Ball is optimal for people who aren't sweating profusely. They either need rank floors for Ultra 1 or Master, or they need to give you your prizes when you achieve the rank. So, like, when I hit Master for the season, it should give me the emblem and the 5 or 10 extra hourglasses. So that way, if I fall back out of it, I still got my prize for achieving it. Look, literally the only prize that you should have to wait till the end of the season to get is top 10,000. Yeah, they should do it like Snap. Snap's rank system is very, very reasonable. I'm gonna go ahead and Candy Squirtle here, just so we can try and dodge a super high roll on a Candy Serena. You know, maybe I should have held this because... Is there communication in this deck? I forget, actually. Yikes. Really want our stage 2 here so we can heal our big boy. I can't remember if I had a communication. I think I had one. We'll double check after the game. I'm gonna change the deck so much it blurs. Their decks tend to play a lot of healing. There's a Mallow. Heals all of the damage off their Serena, but discards the energy. This is why I deleted my Serena deck, by the way. Statistically average Serena, very reasonable Pokemon pocket card. That Serena, nope, not remotely. Melon is healing, takes 30 off of every water Pokemon every turn. So we have 90 healing per turn now, so this is effectively at 270. I'm not familiar with Snap. What's the rank system? They give you the rewards when you hit the rank you achieve. And not only do they give you the rewards when you hit the rank for the first time, but they also push you past it. So like, let's say you need 10 points to get to the next rank system. They give you 3 when you get there. So if you lose immediately 1 or 2, you're not out of the rank again. Holy, what a Pokemon pocket card. What a Pokemon pocket card my opponent has played. I'm so glad Celebi is not a meta card anymore. My heart could not take Celebi being a meta card. Just truly a cursed card. Oh, wow! Grass Cape lets them survive Blastoise. Yikes. Bazooka Blast. Opponent's doing significantly better than chat. Chat would have been tilted out of their chair by now. This opponent's built different. They're fighting through it. I think I take the knockout with this card, yeah. Pull the Stoice back and heal him a little bit. Alright, so cumulative variance here says Serena is due to hit 3 heads, which would be bad for us. My goodness, my goodness! Wow, hit tails on my Misty. Can you believe how unlucky I am, chat? It's pretty incredible how unlucky I am. Flip the coin, and got a tails. I'm not cut out for this Pokemon Pocket game. Surf's up. We have in fact assembled Exodia. The Misty was disrespectful, she was. Opponent's a trooper, but eventually went down there. Hoagland directly attacking my weak mental in the children's card game. It's true. Gotta fortify gamers. Darkrai. Ooh, Zubat. That's actually pretty scary, because it means that if they have their high roll, they crack us for 80. Looking at a lot of cards here. Cape doesn't do anything, so we're not playing it out. They deal 80 if they hit the Crobat. Oh, Berry Arceus Enjoyer. I like this build, it's fun. War Turtle would be a great pull. Let's clear the Zubat this turn. Opponent's having none of that. We'll be checking out Confronto on stream Friday. Hopefully have their stuff fixed by then, I imagine. I have a contract with them to do a couple hours between now and the 12th, but with Snap Drops starting today, I'm not going to be doing any sponsored stuff till the end of the week. So we'll be busy with Snap Drops. Crobat Candy means we're dead. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Alex. Good afternoon. If we find a piece of candy here, we get to, like, spin tires with this for a little bit. We won't have a ton of damage. Oh, I guess I could have evolved this one and then put the cape on it. We're just gonna die to the Arceus, it doesn't matter. Oh. We won one game with this. I feel like I'd be surprised if this build is good. Manaphy Blastoise is probably still the way to go, with Rare Candy just enabling a little bit more consistent Blastoises for you. I wanted to try some other things. Pretty good opener. When going second, if you candy into Blastoise, you do 40 into 100, which is a pretty solid curve. I usually do 20 into 40 into 100, which is really clean. You have 5 draws of the candy here. Deck fitting gamers. 2 candies and 10 cards. Then get my hand low to make Mars less appealing. I'm gonna leave the Squirtle in just so we're slightly better against Iono. Going down to 3 cards kind of hedges both. Danny Chomp. There's a piece of candy. All right, if the deck is taking requests, I would like second candy plus stage 2 for Poplio. I saw the first one and I lit up a little bit. I was like, ooh. Almost. So close. Oh, you know what, though? The way this lines up, I'm gonna need either the candy for this evolution or my Lily to not get cleared by the claw next turn, yeah? Are we cooked? We might be cooked. Oh, I needed the energy here to deal 100. Yeah, I think we're just dead no matter how I slice it now. I think even if I did the 100, I still don't have a good follow-up. I need like a Misty Heads. You tried Crab a Minimal. I think that card's probably trash. I think we are 100% at a point where when you're comparing things like Crab a Minimal, you need to be asking yourself the question, how does this line up into an average Darkrai Giratina draw? And Crab a Minimal is bad for... I think the conditions for a metagame for Crab a Minimal to be good, Executor EX would need to be good, and Executor EX hasn't been good since Arceus was added to the game. Have you tried all in Beedrill? I actually haven't tried all in Beedrill. I think that could be sweet, because you could play Baby Beedrill to beat Oricorios. It's on my list to do at some point. You could even be super cheeky and play like a grandma. You could play like the full 8 Beedrill cards and a copy of grandma, so you could like reuse them sometimes too. There could be games where you go like Baby B into EXB. Maybe we'll do that next. I think I'm about ready to throw this one away. Although against a fellow Poplio player, we probably have a shot. Speak of the crab. If they hit on this Misty and swap the Crabbit, we could be in trouble. Yeah, they stole first energy advantage, so we're probably cooked. I have to draw rare candy now. Alright. We died to Crababitable. Time to discard this Blastoise deck. The remnants of history. It's 12:30. I don't know that I want to build anything new today. I'll just build something, play something else for a few that we know feels okay. Let's try a little of this. Let's post it a tournament result. Looked fun. This deck list was in the new decks roundup on the channel on Monday. Man, if we find the turtle supporter on one, it's actually kind of crazy here, yeah? Narrator, he did not find the turtle supporter on one. Have you played Shining Revelry Charizard since release? No, we don't play stock meta decks here usually. The Blastoise deck was very bad. Where do you get the stats on your meta reports when you see it? These decks are 70% win rates. You should watch the freaking video where I tell you where the decks came from. guess there's no reason to play the helmet out early and give them a boost my target. We're sitting on a bunch of stuff here. Any Mucks on the docket? We played Muck on release day because it was one of the few EXs I opened to start. The card is not good. I guess that's fair. Their hand is so bad, I should have started putting energy on here to threaten this. I think it's a good take here. Actually, with this draw, I should have put this energy on here. Because then this one would be ready to go too. This ends my turn when we play it, FYI. Alrighty then. Thank you, Darkrai Enjoyer. Thanks. Not a single attack was used that day, yep. Big mood. Meow meow on the wall. Who's the incinerariest of them all? They could be a Charizard deck too, I suppose. I suppose. I would be very surprised if Alolan Marowak was competitive. Are there any Pokeballs that get non-basic Pokemon? Not in the game currently. Our opponent's much better at drawing their stuff than we are. Feeling cooked. I guess we'll do this to play around Sabrina for now, but I think we're dead. I guess I could communicate for my stage 1 here. Oh, this doesn't actually have anything. I don't need to communicate that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and kick on over to Snappin' for the afternoon. They've got a new season coming up here in a little bit. I wanna clear some missions before that happens and build some decks, I think. If you're looking for more pocket content from me, there is a Ornikorio EX Raichu highlight that's gonna publish on the YouTube channel here in a minute after I sign off. If you're watching on the YouTube side, you'll need to kick on over to the Jeff Hoagland side if you want to hang out for some Marvel Snap today, or we'll still be live on Twitch as always. On the Twitch side, I'm going to tap an advert while I get things flipped over. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hopefully have a long stream with some drops rolling out for Snap today.